Race tracks are the most difficult asphalts in the world. We were all exhausted. The whole construction of a racetrack, especially when it's already built and we have to refurbish, is a continuous problem-solving process where the team is paramount. We would like to make something for Indonesia. We had a chance because Mandalika Street Circuit was built and was not up to the expectation.
This is super fast. What's happened to Marquez here? He tipped it in. Whoa! Wow! Oh, dearie me!
The racetrack has been built with not a very good eye on the water management. The surface water was ponding in many places. We saw it in Superbike, we saw it in MotoGP. The track itself was not consistent enough, was not strong enough to sustain the forces by the tires of MotoGP and World Superbike since the beginning. Racetracks are the most difficult asphalts in the world. They are much more difficult than airports because they have to sustain shear forces. It is more difficult than highways, that they have just to sustain heavy loads for long times. It is much different. You know, it's like cooking. If you take a recipe and you would like to cook a specific sweet or cake, the difference is is made by the cooker. So it is the way you choose the ingredients, the way you mix them, the way you want to push the boundary of the recipe to arrive at your level. Before the investigation report, we just took a 3D model, a picture of the track in that moment, and we analyzed with our system to understand where they were the weakness, okay, so the difficulties, where there were bumps, where there were crossing of water, where we can fix it, and we elaborate a full remodeling of the track where it was possible. Then we tried to understand what was wrong in the asphalt. We came here, we made a lot of samples, we brought to Europe, we tested in Europe with our system, and we saw what was, in our opinion, to be improved. In Indonesia, they don't have the culture of the asphalt that we have in other countries, and we cannot think to bring an asphalt that works in another part of the world here at the equator. And that was the difficult part, trying to do something at the level we do. Normally, it is still much, much higher than what is the level that is in the region. Then we came here and we tried to find all the systems that were possible to be used to minimize the risk in the resurfacing. And to do this, we had to find specific milling machines that were able to just create, with the geometry that we're putting in, a new surface, a new shape. And after that, we had to work out with the pavers, with the rollers, with the people that had to drive it in scheme to get the right quality of paving and compaction that eventually we had to achieve. the basic is that we would like to use local materials, so Indonesian materials. We scouted, numerous quarries around all Indonesia, and we found a way to use local material as much as possible, directly from the feet of the Rinjani. But then we found a quarry in Indonesia, in the western part of that was quite hard as a stone, and was acceptable for the mechanical properties, not for the volumetric, but we found a way to use it. When it was on site, we reprocessed in a way that was suitable to pave at our standards. The real challenges here were the fact that we are coming with an experience of building between our team more than 100 race trucks and proving grounds, and we are going to work with a contractor that actually did a race truck twice. It's about communication, it's about managing people. That was the first challenge, to be trusted by the contractor in a way that we can just share our knowledge and go for it. So we had to start with everything. We had to start with the investigation report to understand what went wrong. We had to work into all the details, the procedures, the material used, the initial design, what went wrong with all the reverse engineering on what was built. And then we had to fight against the time. Because if you think that here we are in an island, when we see that we are missing something, some equipment, we have to bring it in an island. And if the equipment is available only in Europe or in US or in Australia, we have to import. So every time that we ask something, it takes weeks, if we're lucky. As I always say, you need to pave a full race track to be ready to pave it. Trials are necessary to exercise people in problem solving. So you need to do the trials and errors in a way that they are ready when it will happen during the construction, because it will happen during the construction. So of course we try to fix a mixed design when we are doing the trials. This time we did maybe 12, 14 trials. We had to adapt with the condition, with the weather that was changing, with the time that we had, with the material that was coming, that maybe was not consistent as we were thinking of in the time. So to reprocess the whole paving, the whole construction of a racetrack, especially when it's already built and we have to refurbish, is a continuous problem-solving process where the team is paramount. The first day, cool. Now, very tight days. But the first day, the problem was that we had the pavers that were just making an undulation of 1 to 2 millimeters with a frequency of 50 centimeters to 1 meter all across the surface. And we were not able to understand how to fix it or what was generating it. We discovered the same night, and we started on Thursday to pave. So we had also issues in the production because we cannot get out the rate that we were expecting. We had issues as well, also there. We had issues in the production plant because the production plant stops a couple of times. We had some minor braking. The third day, it was, well, hectic because we tried also to take out all the systems from the pavers for a section to understand if were the pavers of the system that were creating this. And we fell short of material for the last 300 meters. So we had to stop with the pavers and then to restart the production with a different mix because there was not enough of a selected proportion of material. We were all exhausted because we worked like 14, 15 hours the second and the third day continuously. So we decided to give a break, take the Friday just to analyze on the data, all the quantities, to check the quantities on the stockpiles, to select in the lab slight adaptation on the mix to optimize also the ratio, the trucks, the way we were charging and loading the pavers, to select all the aggregates, to sieve it, to prepare for the last day because we didn't want to have the same experience of the third day. So Saturday was much better, much better. But then we found another issue again. The last day we found that the asphalt is changing color in some places, due probably for an agent that has been used to just avoid that the asphalt was sticking on the rollers, so, or on the trucks. So we are getting there.
Today I'm very happy because we take 3 wins. Yeah, also I am liking this track, especially now in new asphalt. I think it's much better. I love it, this track. Now my favorite track.
Yeah, first of all, big thanks to everyone who helped to rebuild this track. The grip is coming better. Yeah, the track is really nice. The curbs is nice, no bumps, and the tarmac doesn't come off. So this is something very difficult, I think, to do because we have here a lot of rain, then 60 degrees of asphalt temperature. So I think they make a fantastic job.
It would be impossible today to conceive a work with this complexity without the number of people that we have. The people were amazing. Only in this team we were in Mandalika, we had a team of 16 persons deployed. So everyone has his task and everyone has to work in a team supporting the others. So laser scanning, paintings, tracing the lines, using the drones, checking the lab, guiding the production, controlling the quantities and the flows, everything. So we were supporting the contractor in all the aspects throughout all the process. But definitely everybody that was in the team today recognized that when we finish, well, that was the best moment in the last 3 months. I enjoyed every moment that I was here doing this project, and I guess that I was very satisfied that many of our team members, I was never worried, I was never concerned on the final result. I was always well confident in our team.